Scott Pinkham's my name.
Fire away, Scott.
Kind of daunted by a group this size. Usually I'm either the best looking or the youngest one. With Mike Hyatt and Joe Lynn Ford here, I'm not sure I qualify for either one of those. I'm not sure which one they each qualify for either, so we'll let you decide that. I do know that when I moved here to Payson about 5 years ago, it was my second time living here. The first time I'd come was in 1999 when my mother-in-law moved here. And for those of you who knew Alan Sackett, he was the first person I met in Payson. And he marched on down and started helping my mother-in-law unpack. And I think at the time, Alan was, oh gosh, I don't even want to think about how old Alan was. But he was more exuberant and more enthusiastic than the Elders Quorum president was at that time. And I knew that Payson was a place that I was probably going to end up spending my time, my life in. The chance to raise a family here, where we decided, I've lived many places across the United States. I was a regional training manager with the Texas Roadhouse, for those of you who may be familiar with that. So I've been in cities all the way from Chicago to California, Idaho, Utah, Arizona. Always had that chance. And the minute we had the chance to come back to Utah to be in Payson, we took that chance. And the day we came here, I told my wife, I'm going to run for city council. And that was 5 years ago, because I knew that I wanted to be involved in this community. I knew that I would be able to get back what I put into this community. But I also know, having traveled around the world, what small cities have, what they offer, and how close-knit and tight they are. And I knew that I had to make somewhat of a name for myself before I could just interject myself into your Payson world. And so I've done what I can to be involved in the community. Mostly with me, that involves my kids, being involved in school, being involved in sports, being involved in all the different things we can do there. So I ran over here from football practice with my son now, and I'm enthused and glad to be here. As we go through Payson, you can see the growth that's going on here. And over the next 10 years from our current city council, a paper they released a couple years ago, we're going to be about 40 to 45,000 people in about 25 years. There's nowhere left for the growth to come. So that's going to be coming this way, and we can either have it grow around us or we can have it grow with us. And I think it's important for us as Payson to control what we have, what makes it special, what makes each one of us love why we're here. We need to keep that, and we need to find a way. It's not going to be easy. Joe Lynn talked about walking that thin line. Mr. Hancock talked about spending money. It's always easier to spend money than it is to pay down debt. We've got to find those ways. We in Payson, we've gotten ourselves into a vicious circle. We don't have the infrastructure to support growth. We don't have the growth to support infrastructure and tax. We've got to find a way out of that. So we'll talk more. I'm sure I'm out of time. I'm always getting the red light. So thank you very much, Scott Pinkham.